My sister. Correct. Hold on, my sister. The Nigeria he's speaking of, there was no Nigeria before. There was no Nigeria before. And I'm telling you because I'm black. Listen to me. Our black African chiefs were bringing black people to the riverbank to be sold. There were slavery sold in Africa long before white people came to Africa.
Yeah, because the Arabs were there before too, that's true.
Slavery was in South Africa, in the continent of Africa, long before you got there.
Hi guys, and thank you very much for coming back to the channel. I hope you enjoy the upcoming video, and let me know in the comments if you did. You'll be doing me a great favour, and that is to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll speak to you at the end of the video, but for now, ciao.
And what were the names? Abil and Abil.
But they're in Arabic, but they're translated.
Even if it's translated in Hebrew, they are not Ken or Abel. They are not Ken nor Abel. They are Arabic names given to justify names.
So wait, when was Hebrew reconstructed? When was, you said I wasn't going to find it, it's there. It's there, read it.
It's not them.
The Hebrew is the original language.
It's not them.
The Hebrew is the original language.
What is
the Hebrew was reconstructed or created in the 18th century.
Ask me to show me Quran.
The Hebrew
is the contact
language.
Show me Quran. Show me Quran. The Hebrew was constructed.
Let me show you who constructed it.
No. In Quran. In Quran.
Was designed for the state of Israel.
My friends,
it's not the
if you are going to argue with anybody in religion, in theology, and you're going to use book external of what God give them, wait, I'm coming with you. Sorry, you can have a conversation. I don't.
People like them construct those lies. Let me tell you.
God blaspheme.
One thing about the medieval time, and they also practice the same. A woman they don't start counting a woman's age until after puberty.
No, I agree.
Let me continue. So when a woman reaches puberty, that's when she's officially one.
Right?
Do you understand what I'm saying? And when she even if she I will. No, it doesn't say that. But I'll give you an example from where. Don't worry, because I know the tradition. You don't understand what I'm saying. Our puberty, women's age.
Yeah, right, okay, so you think...
Even Rebecca, at what age did she marry Isaac? Exactly. So how do you get to 3? If that wasn't the case? But they use Prophet Muhammad just to demonize him because they hate him, they don't like him, and that's the reason why he has that energy. Because right now, I give him evidence of he ran away. He doesn't really want to talk.
But then who did Jesus marry? The church. He didn't marry a woman. He didn't like have.
To be honest, what's your name? He didn't even have a church because they wouldn't let him have one.
Yeah, Jesus. What's your name?
Salim.
Nice to meet you, Salim.
So this is what I'm saying. He didn't even have a church because he went there to speak to his own people, to pour them out on their corruption, and they didn't like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And these people are still there doing the same corruption. Because my country today, Britain, when they gave them the pre-colonial mandate flag, guess what they gave them? The same Jewish flag. So there must be a connection. And if you look at the Bible today, the capital of my own city, in Nigeria right now, is in the Bible. What is he looking for in the Bible? And they put it to Muslims. And in the Bible, it's condemning them. Instead of taking the sacrifices to God, they're taking it to the king, Sukkot. And Sukkot, let me say, Jewish people have a holiday called Feast of the Tabernacle and Sukkot. And that's exactly what Amos, I think,
Have you ever read the verse where it says the people with the book know the truth? Have you ever read the verse in the Quran where it says
That's the people of the book.
they know the truth?
He's talking about the Injil, obviously the Bible.
Yes, Muhammad said that.
The Jews came to him with something about
I just need to look because I don't want to give you the wrong news.
Muhammad said to ask people.
and he says that the Jews asked the people to look.
And obviously the people at that time were Christians.
Talking about the Injil.
I'd like to ask a question before you all run off.
That's what I'm saying. understand.
We're just here to listen.
At the end of the day, the primary purpose of the Quran is to call people back to the traditions of their forefathers and to shun all types of polytheism. Because I don't know if you know the religion of the Hebrews and Israelites. Before, obviously, they had all the prophets sent to them to reform them. Was Yahwism. And Yahwism included different pantheons of gods that they had. Over time, the messengers were sent to them to purify them and to bring them back to monotheism, which is the religion of their forefathers, which is Abraham.
They had a lot of false gods.
Exactly, but they didn't want to give up all of that. And whenever God sent them prophets and messengers, they themselves reject them.
I'm going to have a little debate myself in a moment. It's a question I've got to ask.
Because they felt that they had a lot of benefits from those gods and pantheons that they had. But they don't realize that all power and all everything comes from God. And this is why when Jesus came, the first thing he was trying to point out from them was the corruption and all the obviously whatever they were doing in there.
Do you not think Jesus, well, obviously you don't, but Jesus died for our sins? So I know you don't fully believe it, but Jesus died for our sins.
Can I say something? Because the message of God is
Because you can't get into heaven for
Can I say something? Right now, I believe you're guilty for transatlantic slavery. Are you guilty? No. Exactly. Are you guilty for slavery?
No.
Exactly. So why would you believe something that someone did even before slavery? You're guilty of it, and someone has to die for you.
Because we are sin.
I believe you're born. I do believe you're born into sin.
This is
Yeah.
just clear cut. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't, what happened 400 years ago, you're distancing yourself away from it. How would you distance yourself? No one even know how it happened.
Silly.
Are you sound when you say, "Oh, I believe in that," but I don't believe in what's in the middle.
Are you born perfect? Are you born perfect?
Every child is born in the state of fitra, which is.
Do you not believe you are born naturally to sin? And it's natural for.
Is a baby racist?
No, I'm not talking
Exactly.
about. I'm not talking about
Racism-
a specific.
Can I say
I'm not
something?
talking about a specific sin.
Can I say
I'm talking
something?
about natural sin.
Not natural, that you have the inherent.
So you inherited.
Inherent. No, let me say something. Your inherent is something that it has a potential in you.
So that's generational sin.
No, that's not. It has nothing to do with you because right now you have the intellect to judge between right and wrong.
Have you done wrong?
Everyone is wrong. Can I say something? The Quran tells us something that if you didn't commit any sin, God will wipe you off away and replace you with people who will commit the sin and ask Him for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying?
But how is that right for you to not be? How do you just say it's now?
Yeah. So if
If
we think we're so perfect,
and I wipe
because if you don't commit sin, you don't need God.
which one is better off? So that I'm not saying
You're like angels.
I believe that that's why Jesus had to die.
Can I answer your question, bro?
doesn't make any sense.
Can I answer your question, bro? Right now you're talking about the sin, right?
Yeah.
Repeat your question again. Repeat your question again.
Okay, you said if I can commit sin, definitely Allah is going to wipe me out and bring me some. How does that make?
Wait, hold on. Let me continue. Because you already understand your question. What I'm saying is the humility in you recognizing you've sinned against your own self.
Okay.
The act of repentance alone isn't done by just anyone. Because an arrogant person will never ever admit in the first place.
Sorry. Can
That's what I'm saying.
But whether you're arrogant or not,
can I say this?
we serve a just
And
God.
this is the origin. Because the question that you asked is actually extensive. So I have to elaborate.
Can I just say this? You said the act of asking for forgiveness. Yes.
It's an act of humility. Yeah.
But worship is not
Worship
on the line.
It's also an act of humility.
I know, but worship is not on the line by how will I say it? By just asking for forgiveness. Worship is like a lot.
But wait, hold on. It depends on how you worship. Me personally, when I worship, can I continue? When I worship, I put the most important part of me on the lowest part of the earth.
And you point to the east, don't you?
Yeah, we all point to.
Because it's a rock.
Can I tell you something? Forget about the east. Forget about the rock or the east. Where do you think all the Christian cathedral is facing?
What does this
Christian cathedrals all over Europe. Where do you think they're pointing towards? The east. So sometimes please be careful. Before you point a hand, look to yourself first. Because that's one thing that I learned to understand. I was pointing.
When I pray, I don't need to point to the east.
Yeah, because the earth is massive.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to. If you don't know where the east is right now.
I can pray for
Can I
it.
say something?
No one knows.
You're a Muslim. I'm glad I have a Muslim. You can. If I'm wrong, just correct me. Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
If we don't know where the east is, Allah has given us the permission to face anywhere. Allah belongs all the planet.
This is the omnipresence of God. God is everywhere. God is here.
Yeah,
God is in the north, south, east, and west. So you
Absolutely,
can
you're
pray
right.
about
Yeah.
it.
So you was asking a question.
You were watching.
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question. It changes the subjects a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a non-believer, and but I live by Christian values, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to know is, tell me why you starve yourself when it's Ramadan. So I don't understand what you go through. What it means to you.
Can I answer the question?
Please do.
You know, before we started fasting, the people before us also fasted as well. And the reason why we fast, it says in the Quran, is all you who have believed. Fasting has been prescribed for you as it was described to those before you in order that you may gain piety. Do you know what I'm saying? The act of the hunger itself is not really what we're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? The fact that we're doing it for God. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's the equivalent of praying. Then
It's
rather,
equivalent to praying, but it's
rather
harder
than
than
what
prayer.
you get from it.
It's harder than prayer because it also has health benefit. It has tremendous health benefit because when you starve yourself, guess what you're doing? You're killing all the unwanted cells in your body. It helps cure cancer. It helps with many ailments, and also not just us. The Christians fasted. Their fasting is even longer than ours.
Like
You're
basically-
Nigerian, right?
Yeah, I'm
The
Nigerian.
Nigerians, they fast a lot.
I fast like as a Christian. I fast at least twice a week, every day of the year.
Yes.
What about
It says in our Bible to fast and pray. It says
what
that.
about fasting for 40 days?
That's the Christian. We do.
Yeah, that's another question
Because
because
you don't live on bread alone, but you live by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. You do not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds from the mouth of
I've got enough fat, but I think I'd be dead after 40 days.
Our food's destroying us, to be honest with you.
But can you still drink whiskey?
No.
No, of course
You
not.
have wine.
Even alcohol was banned gradually. It wasn't at once. It wasn't abruptly stopped.
But you can drink but not become drunk. Because when you're drunk, you're not yourself.
Exactly.
You're
And
not
that's one of the
sober.
reasons. And also when the
I actually always follow this.
came in stages.
The man,
Because in the beginning, it said that if we drink alcohol, we shouldn't go near prayer. Because you don't know what you're saying. But then completely, after like a few years, expansion.
Why do you think it's called spirits?
Yeah, exactly.
Bad spirits.
Exactly, bad
It
spirits.
doesn't make you a good person.
And you know the funny thing, why would they obviously criminalize weed and marijuana, all the rest, discourage cigarettes, but then they leave the most destructive one, which is alcohol, because it's destroying the rest.
Yes, because they need it.
Now, what do you think of cheats? Because I go fishing in the Rift Mountains, and when I'm up there, it's in the middle of nowhere, and we always get some of the Muslim boys, not boys, men, from the local village, and they always come up and they want our cigarettes and our alcohol, and you know what a bivvy is, like a tent. They come in and hide. So they come in and hide in their little tents and drink alcohol and smoke. And so, what do you think of that? Someone who cheats.
Personally, I wouldn't really judge people
I'm sure
based on
you've
what.
done it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
So I'm not really in that position to judge what anyone does.
Yeah.
You know, our job is to remind people. You know, our job is to correct any misconceptions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to people's personal relationships to God, try as much as possible not to interfere.
Do you think of yourself as a preacher?
I mean, I try my best. Me personally, what I hate is misinformation and deliberately trying to demonize people. Because this is what obviously encouraged me to start learning religion. Because what I was seeing, I didn't like it. Because this is outright hate towards the Muslims. And being a Muslim, I understand. This started from 2011. I thought the world was a perfect place. This is how I used to think. But then I started seeing things I don't understand. You know, I started seeing people declare, let's burn the Quran. I'm thinking, what's going on?
What about the Christians? They've been persecuted for years. What about the Jews?
But
The Jews
what you have to
been-
understand is, I haven't persecuted any Christians.
Not you personally,
Do you know what I'm saying?
but
Yeah.
neither have I. I haven't persecuted Muslims. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but when I see people saying things about my religion, burning it hurts.
Of course.
And do you know what I'm saying? I was raised by Muslims.
It hurts us.
You know, so I've lived. I was born in Lagos. Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
was running across it.
Exactly. So, and also I moved to London at a very young age. I've grown up with Christians all my life. They're my friends. I call them sisters and brothers. We're good buddies. But when I see people, right now I'm just like in the middle of who am I going to choose?
Yeah.
I'm just in the middle.
Yeah.
And I have to review everything.
Yes, exactly.
And one thing that I'll never ever allow to happen is to see the people that raised me being demonized. Even though I've become assimilated to Christians and Jews, I'll never ever allow anybody to demonize my religion and my people as well. Because they raised me.
But do you not agree?
I want to be out there, you know.
You're a speaker's corner, man. You don't want to be out there. You're a speaker's corner.
Which is why we would like everybody to read the Quran in a translation.
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Can I tell you something about what she said?
The Bible. Yes.
Do you know
because-
Pickthall?
Sorry?
Pickthall.
No.
I think he lived during the World War I. Without him, I wouldn't be here talking about Islam, because he's the first ever human being to translate the Quran from Arabic to English.
It is important that they
His grave is in Kent.
Very few Muslims have read the Quran in the language they exactly. They read it
Let
in
me allow Mama speak for me.
Arabic,
Let her speak for me.
which they don't understand, and so they don't understand what the message is. They have never read it, and those of us who have read it have a lot of questions.
But apparently the Quran can't be actually translated fully into English, so you're not getting the
Well,
full text.
exactly.
That's correct, but you also
the
get something.
Muslims
Something is better than
say,
nothing.
saying you're sort of
say it
just
can't be
like
translated.
But I promise you, translators
Just
try as much as
they
possible
said
to do the job.
Christians have to read the Bible in Latin because they know they won't get the message. So that is why they are saying. What I do is read several different translations, compare them, and you'll find very little difference apart from one or two who are obviously.
The message remains the same.
Yeah, right. So I use a Penguin translation. Exactly. And so perhaps you can explain a few things which really do disturb us. You accept that the last revelation was Surah 9, which can't be abrogated. Surah is 9, which can't be abrogated.
Information that is given.
So what do you mean by that?
Information.
Yes, well,
That's what we
the Quran says that if a later revelation contradicts an earlier one, it's the later one that is true. The earlier one is abrogated. So if you read, this is says what it says in the Quran. So what we go to first, and perhaps you'd like to do that, is to go to the last revelations, because we know that those can't be abrogated. And the last revelation, the major revelation, is Surah 9.
Okay.
I think the one before that is 5.
Is that right? There are 7 different versions. Are there 7 versions of the Quran?
That was,
Surah 9.
those were burned right at the start.
And Tawbah, Surah 9 is Tawbah. And Tawbah is repentance.
So
what in Surah 9?
Well, shall we go to the last instructions that were given in the Quran, which instructions to carry out would be: Muslims make war on the non-Muslims who dwell around you, deal firmly with you, know that God is righteous, and that is to be compared with the last instructions of Jesus, which is: all authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Therefore, go teach, make disciples, not make war on those who are around us.
Are you Muslim?
No, she's not Muslim,
No,
but she learns.
I'm just asking you.
She's really
This
smart.
is-
She's
this is
really
the last.
So right now you have a problem with the Quran saying for Muslims.
Would you like to
me read the
explain?
verse.
I mean, it's what happened.
That's smart. I like
So
it.
what's the
I mean, that's how
what's
it's
the verse
spread.
again?
You make war on the next page.
What's the verse again?
This is 9, and it'll be about
121.
120, 123, something like that.
123.
Yeah.
Is it from 121 or 123?
123 is there. The 125 is. And then we can go a little bit further forward.
They will never give the answer. No, they will never give the answer.
For us, one of the
Never you have a conversation with a Muslim.
So
Wait, let them
Let's. What we need to do is let's go to the previous verse so we get context.
I know, but I'm just saying, every text they're using, find it in Quran. They're filled with too many stories, and the stories doesn't justify the text of the
And she's
Quran.
gone back to the Bible.
Just argue within the text. That's where you grab it from. I don't need to know people's stories. If everybody was born Muslim, and Islam didn't came to his country until the 7th and 8th century, now how can you be Muslim without
the
Quran?
word of God.
So
what
who you
it
follow?
means.
No, if you can be, what was the laws you were following before?
Muslims make war.
Torah. So how
Muslims, a lot of people think that's what it means.
Yeah, but you have to understand, what you have to understand is that when Muhammad came, they didn't just allow him to do whatever he likes. Even preaching was extremely difficult for him.
Muslims don't read.
Before they were asked to fight, they were asked to be patient. They were asked to migrate. Am I correct, right or wrong? Did they not migrate
They migrated
out of leaving their homes?
And then
The biggest threat to
they
Islam
exiled
is the internet.
three main
Is it the biggest threat?
Because because they broke treaties. They broke treaties. They killed Muslims. They broke treaties and they were conspiring against the Muslims. Right now, if you're trying to, as a country right now, England, if people were doing that to you, what would you do?
for merchandising, for traders.
Can I ask you a question?
That was not going to make
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? What did England do to the entire world? England. Sorry? What did England do to the entire world?
England never did anything to the entire world.
We,
Why are you a Caribbean today?
abolished
Why are you a Caribbean
Careful of the
today?
question you're asking because I'm
No,
going
no.
to give you definite answers.
I'm 100%
Okay.
honest.
What is
and I'm
England?
going to be real.
Where's England? Where's England?
You're in England right now.
I'm in England. Why is it called England?
Because it's for the English people.
For the who?
The English people.
How you end up here?
Because I came here because the England
Why you came here?
colonized my own country.
Why you came here?
Because I'm from a colonized nation.
So the colonization gave you right to be here?
What you colonizing?
No. Else again.
Gave me a right.
That's
To, why do you think I speak English?
Beg your pardon. Who told you to speak?
Why do you think I speak English?
Did the English
I should be speaking my native language.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? The colonizers erased our history. Erase our history.
Where are you from?
Made us into
Where you
English
from?
people.
Where you from?
I'm Nigerian.
Nigeria. Okay. Sorry.
Same in Ghana.
Do you know what Britain did in Nigeria?
Sorry.
No, you see, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Come tell me the truth.
You don't want me to get into the crimes of the whole of Nigeria.
If he's talking,
What do you mean? The Nigerians were under one. Can I say something? Can I say something?
Sorry, let me listen.
This answer is actually in the Bible.
Before, hold on.
I done my homework.
So do you
I done my homework.
the empire sent people to
Where I'm from?
talking about my own uncle
Yes.
who went to Nigeria, Lagos,
Yes.
because they discovered a cure for leprosy and they wanted to eradicate it in Nigeria.
Put it straight.
But they were forced to
Sorry, anybody that is in England that says that because England or Europe attack their land, that's why they're here. That's a cop-up. That's a cop-up. I'm going to explain to you why.
That's not a cop.
They eradicated it in Greece. They were forced to
You see, brother, let me tell you something. If you talk religion, and you put religion, you're talking politics. And if you're talking politics, sorry, hold on, when you're talking politics, start with relevant facts. And if you don't have historical knowledge of the world, don't come to speak to corner and mumble about things that is not genuine, evidential fact. Because you're going to speak out of emotion. Now, when did Nigeria, when did Nigeria got its name?
Wait. Let me expose this guy. This guy's
Expose me. Expose me.
Oh, poundfish.
I'm trying to figure out what is his position in the conversation.
Are you enjoying it?
and show you your position in the Bible.
What position? Okay. This, you remember what I said to you before, Madam?
Well, I hope not,
Every
'cause I've
time,
left my bag with somebody.
the last revelation has no authenticity to verify anything. Okay, but you have to draw the Bible.
We're good for that.
Read for me. Do you want to read? No, read for me. No, read for me. What is the purpose of ethics? What's the purpose?
I'm going to have to. Oh no, I can see my bag. I'm still safe.
One of them came
with the cloth behind him and the cup.
Come over again one day.
Yeah, I'll do it well.
He went
I love
with the cloth
that.
behind him, honoured his father, and covered him.
I was supposed to go to Belfast.
Sorry. So, as a people right now, who are the people of Africa? What's the relevancy? You don't know the sense of
Well,
justice.
you'll have to go into the
Wait, I'll get I will tell you. I'm trying to wait, hold on. You don't know you're just bringing things and just bringing. Why do you not skip? That's the question. Why are you skipping? I'm asking you.
I'm going to take you for a walk.
I don't understand.
Hi again, guys, and if you enjoyed the video, please mention it in the comments. You would also be doing me a big favour if you would like, ring the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already done so, that is. It costs you nothing to do so, but does a massive favour to the future success of the channel. I'll see you on the next one, but for now, ciao.